What's up, peeps? Back at it again with another movie review. This time it is
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
2.
Alright, so Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is a sequel to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. Probably my favorite Marvel movie of all time.
We'll talk about that later. There's some other good Marvel movies, but that's other discussion, JT. In Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, we're introduced to some new characters this time, which is...
Well, one of the newest characters is Mantis, and she's also attached to Ego, who we got to see in the trailers as Peter Quill's dad, played by Kurt Russell. And then we get to see a lot more of Yondu and Taserface. He showed up at Comic-Con last year, made a big entrance. So we get to see more of Nebula, who is Gamora's sister, and we get to see some more backstory. So what do you think about the movie, Jerry?
Well, the question is it worth it?
Yeah, definitely worth seeing this movie. If I were you, I'd basically just go to the movie theater, throw my money at the ticket person and say, let me watch one of the best Marvel movies that anybody's ever made or seen.
Yeah, we had the luxury of watching it in IMAX, which added on to the special effects they had, especially during their CGI fights and some of their other naughty moments in movie histories.
Yeah, so if you're thinking about going to see this in IMAX, you definitely must see it. And then I would definitely encourage seeing it in 3D. We didn't see it in 3D, but you could definitely tell that there's a lot of filming and CGI effects dedicated to the 3D portion of the movie. So the plot of this movie is more based upon the background of Peter Quill. At the end of the last movie, we got to see that he is not fully human. And this movie, we get to find out what he actually is, who his dad is, and where he comes from. So what's the difference between Volume 1 and Volume 2?
Well, starts off in Volume 2, we get more of a backstory of Nebula and her sister Gamora, talking about their childhood and their times with their father, Thanos.
Yeah, and we also get to see a lot more character development, especially with Rocket and Yondu. Yondu basically steals the show in this movie, in my opinion. And he made a great entrance at Comic-Con last year when we were there in Hall H. And I would say that if you want to see the movie for Michael Rooker, who plays Yondu, this is a perfect movie for you to see.
Yeah, this time Drax, he has way more lines, and this guy, I think he's one of my favorites, because his lines are just hysterical. Freaking Dave Bautista demolished that shit.
Yeah, so Drax, there's a lot of times where we're looking at ourselves laughing in the movie, a lot of adult innuendos. Of course, Chris Pratt kills it, as he always does. I mean, what movie is he not great in, including Andy in Parks and Rec? So, I think there's a lot of differences between this movie and the first one because of all the character development. And also, you get a lot more emotional in this movie. There's a lot more family ties and attachments. So, of course, there's going to be more emotion going along with that. So, who's the biggest character in this movie? Who stands out the most? And who's your favorite character, Jerry?
Drax.
Okay, Drax is his favorite character. My favorite character in the movie is Yondu. So
Okay.
why is Drax so awesome?
Okay, you got Myrtle Dixon, but coming this SummerSlam, Dave Bautista is World Heavyweight Champion. Oh, yeah!
And Merle, he comes in strong. I mean, he knows how to whistle. And that's basically his superpower at this point, is he knows how to whistle real well and shoot this arrow through everything. And you get to see way more badass scenes of him just going through and basically fucking shit up with this arrow.
But did Myrtle have a WWE Championship, brother? Didn't think so.
No, he did not.
Which
So-
meaning why Drax is one of my favorites. Other than that, you get to see more character development, a little backstory of his feelings, emotions, about his past, which kind of includes with who he is today.
So this is a sequel, and although I think it's one of the best sequels ever made for any movie, except for Godfather, of course, because I just have to say that. I don't know why. But anyways, this is a great movie, but there's also some things that are missing, and of course, you know, it's not a perfect movie by any means. So what did you think sucked about the movie?
Okay, first of all, I got a little scared because the crew was arguing. I was like, oh, damn it, it's going to be another Captain America Civil War in space.
Yeah, so they did incorporate a little bit of product, I guess a little bit of sponsorship into this movie. You get to see DQ as one of the sponsors. That was one of the greatest things about Volume 1 to me was there wasn't all these bullshit sponsors, you know, like Iron Man rolling up in his Audi and then he's going down and drinking his Pepsi and then he shows up and eats his, you know, Domino's pizza. Guardians of the Galaxy didn't have much of that except for the Sony Walkman in the first one. This one we get to see a tiny bit more. And also I thought that the overall main story wasn't the center of attention as it should have been. There probably could have been more development there, but you know, no movie's perfect.
It was still pretty good. I'll still recommend still watching it though. Now for the good part, Easter eggs. Easter eggs. What we found out and what we know in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
So spoiler alert, if you don't want to watch about the Easter eggs and you want to sit through the credits and have to piss really bad like I did, you can do that as well, or we can just talk about some of them right now. So go ahead, Jerry.
So first off, you need to watch Volume 1 because there's some Easter eggs in Volume 1 that transitions to Volume 2. Like if you saw Volume 1, at the ending credits of Volume 1, you see Howard the Duck. Of course, that little duckling, he pops it again in Volume 2. I'm not going to say exactly where. I don't want to say too much about it, but you just watch out. He's there.
Yep. So another Easter egg is when they're doing time warp jumping in this movie, they do flashes to different scenes of different planets and different dimensions. And there is some Easter eggs in the background there. I didn't catch them all, so it might be worth seeing the movie twice.
But there's a hint of Thanos somewhere around there.
Yeah, I thought I saw his thumb.
What rating would you give this awesome movie, JT?
Well, I think this movie was knocked out of the park, so I give it 5 I am Groots out of 5 I am Groots.
And I give it 4 SummerSlams out of the World's Heavyweight Championship. Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah, exactly. My thoughts.
That good.
So, what do you expect when you go see this movie? That's a big part of RP reviews, and we want to get you guys ready so when you go into theater, you're not expecting a masterpiece and you get a piece of shit. So, when you go see this movie, you're going to go see another Guardians of the Galaxy movie, but this time with a lot more character development, a lot more depth. You're going to have the same cast, the same characters, a little bit different storyline. But you're going to get an awesome superhero movie.
And this time, Yondu killed a shit ton of people. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I thought, number 1, he killed a crap ton, but this time he, like, upped it by, like, 5 times. So it was pretty cool watching that.
Yeah, so if you count all of them, put it down in the comments on exactly how many people Yondu killed.
I would love to find out, because, like, that scene, it's in the trailer. Just swiping everybody.
Alright guys, that's the end of our review for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Please leave a comment below if we missed anything. Let us know about any of the Easter eggs that you saw that we didn't see. Follow us on Instagram at Regular People Reviews, and then follow us on Twitter at Reg People Review. And please give us a like on this YouTube video, and we'll catch you guys later.
And of course, have a happy Cinco de Mayo!